turned off the frogs or the crabs.
Welcome back, you guys. Okay, so attempt number 2 at this. We're going to see if we can actually get it to work this time. Before I get to going on this, as I said, Batman for some of us really wasn't a matter of who played Batman in live action and who played this or who played that. There are 2 actors that pretty well cemented their place in their roles as Batman and the Joker to a lot of kids that grew up in the late 80s, early 90s. And that was Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill. For those of you who recognize the name but don't know why you recognize the name Mark Hamill, that was Luke Skywalker from Star Wars. By far one of the best...
Goodness,
bless you. The best voice acting choices to play the Joker. Fun fact, a lot of people don't know this. One of the earlier choices to voice the Joker was the great Tim Curry. So there's some trivia for you. However, for this, again, I wanted to do a piece to kind of be a in remembrance to Kevin. Mostly because once I can get my shoes all situated underneath me. Mostly because he definitely made a lot of our childhoods really good. And my source material for this piece just got commandeered. So I'm gonna have to try and wing this. Try and center this out a little bit. Why am I doing it that way?
You go.
Put it in American units. Oosh. Oh yeah, I forgot. We're right over 9 inches. Okay. I'm gonna throw this out there. I am not a big fan of some paper companies. This is supposed to be a 9 by 11. Or 9 by 12, not 9 by 11. 9 by 12. They got the 12 almost exact. And if you look, I don't know if y'all can see it or not. 9 inches would be right here. That leaves
It's fine.
this chunk of area over here on the side that
Close enough.
that is not exactly where it should be.
At least it's not Japanese 9.
Yeah, touche. Which, truthfully, I'm going to have to check the cover to this real quick because I don't think it was actually meant to be 9 by 12. It says 9 by 12, but it says 22.9 centimeters and 30.5 centimeters. So...
Did you see what Sam wrote?
Not yet.
Have no fear, I am finally here!
Hi, Sam! Alright. So, gotta find the middle point real quick. Middle of 23. 22 would be 11. So, 11.5. That way I can try and center this piece out. You know what? Scratch that. Do it again from the bottom. That way.
Hi, Autumn.
Hi, Autumn. Okay. Oop. Went a little bit further off the side than I wanted. No biggie. Alright. One of my favorite comic covers of all time, and this will probably make me sound kind of dark and doom and gloomy, but one of my favorite comic covers is from Batman Death in the Family.
Hi, Tim.
Hi, Tim. The cover for Death in the Family got a revamp that I didn't realize had gotten revamped. Once I'm able to find my my folder that it was in, because I lost it.
My goodness, I swear.
There it is. Okay. Let's see if I can angle this correctly. I'm done at the gym. Gonna try to steal Wi-Fi to watch you.
Love you too, Richard.
All right. So, by far one of my favorite covers. I really love the fact that this one took the original Death in the Family cover and incorporated it into the bottom. But I found a trick that I wanted to try. I think I was on Pinterest whenever I found it, where you take an image and you break it down into its baser components, which most artists do anyway. But you break it down into its baser components and then start linking all of your pieces, and then you redo them on your paper. So I'm going to try this. I'm probably not going to get it perfect right out the gate, but go ahead and lighten this up a little bit to where it's not massively poking through in the back end of the piece. There we go. And I kind of want to go in sort of the same way that the original did, because the original was very dark all the way across the back of the piece, and I thought the aesthetic to it was quite appealing. So let's get the knees out of the way. And then check the distance between the two. Nope, don't do that. Roughly. Okay.
So what are you trying to draw? Batman and Joker?
No, Batman and Batman, technically. Alright, so that's right over 3 inches. Not right over, it's almost 4 inches. So distance up this way, I'm gonna say should be about 4 inches up. And shoulders should be closer in. And kind of make this sort of a trapezoidal shape. There we go. And then we're going to take that and start adjusting bits and pieces throughout. So the head will be there. And then I need that to come down.
No, you're not twisted. Okay. Yeah, Gabe was talking to Lily. I was like, who are you talking to? And he's like, and he turned it around and she was like messing with her dog's lips.
Did your sister ever find her other dog?
Yes. Thank goodness.
Where was he?
Somebody had picked him up.
Oh.
He had crossed over into like that cemetery area.
Oh.
Yeah.
So he decided he wanted to be adventurous.
Yeah. When I seen him, I was like, "What were you doing?" And he was all putting his head down like he already knew.
The dog knew he was in trouble.
Yeah, he knew he was in trouble.
All right. And I'm not going to try and do this one-to-one. I'm just going to try and ballpark it and get close enough. And for this, I'm wanting to do...
On my way to GameStop.
What? I want to go to GameStop.
What you going to GameStop for, Sam?
I don't have the money to go to GameStop, but I want to go to GameStop. Okay, and then we are going to...
Pokemon.
Oh, yeah, Scarlet Violet. Yeah.
Gotta catch him all.
Courage will pull you through. You need me, and I need you.
What?
All right. I'm going to try and take this and kind of incorporate my own style into it too, because as much as I enjoy trying to duplicate other people's styles, they don't work as well for me. Okay. Second section of ab. Even though it's not, it's plating, but whatever. We're not gonna get into it.
Is GameStop doing a midnight release?
For Scarlet Violet, probably. I have to figure out what's going on with my Switch before I could do anything like that anyway.
Man.
Okay, let's see. Try and bring this around here in the back. And go.
So are you going to tell them what Reaper Comics had told you about
giveaways? I am. I'm still trying to get the details out of the way. We are going to be doing another giveaway. Actually, I think we're going to be doing a couple of giveaways throughout December. Our friends over at Reaper Comics are working on a few different things that will work as giveaways. I'm still getting the details buttoned out, but as we get them sorted and lined out, I will definitely update you guys and let you guys know more as more information comes my way. I do know that some of what was being discussed involves a couple one-shot comics and a few custom posters, things like that. So definitely keep up with the page, and I will update you guys as quickly as I can with more information on that. I just forgot what I was saying. Wow.
Mid-sentence.
I know, right in the middle of a sentence, and I just...
Is that you buffering back up? Matrix overload.
Right, that old Windows sound. Bong.
Right. You were talking about one-shots and custom posters.
That's right. The posters themselves are going to be some AI-generated posters that both our buddy over at Reaper Comics and I have plugged around with and found that we thought looked interesting and would make cool posters. At some point, I am going to try and get some of my artwork together, and I'm going to try and get some posters done of the artwork.
You say too much.
I do. That's because I'm trying not to hyperfocus. And Squirrel posted, oh, it's you saying that, hey, by the way, we're live. Figure out where the head is in relation to that. Kind of rolls upward, and then we're going to do the head back here instead. Roll it that way. And I want the body.
Hi, Megan.
Well, hello, Megan.
Long time no see.
It's been a minute.
Missed you, girl. You want to explain what you're doing to the people coming in?
Yes. Here recently, the voice actor for Batman, though I know multiple people have voiced Batman over the years, but probably one of the most iconic and well-known voices for Batman died, I believe it was 4 days ago. I'd have to look and see whenever Jared sent me that, because...
Oh, look, you just keep going.
Yes, I heard you, but... oh, yeah. Kevin Conroy. Alright. But, I am attempting to do something that I had seen on Pinterest and thought would be interesting to try. For this, I mean, probably not, but it's... so far, it's not working out way too bad. Trying to... November 10th. What day is it today? Today is the 17th, 18th? 17th. Almost the 18th. That's right. Tomorrow's the 18th. Okay, but... so, Kevin Conroy died on the 10th, and...
a week ago.
Yeah, a week ago today. And whenever it happened, I didn't really have time to set up for everything. So this week I wanted to do a piece kind of geared at Batman.
Megan said I've been on and off Facebook. And Sam had wrote the greatest voice for Batman.
Ever. Period. There is no question. Which I know some people would disagree with it, because there have actually been quite a few actors that have done a good job voicing Batman. But I think that was one of the things about Conroy's Batman is no matter what generation you come from, like if you grew up with this Batman, like I did, and like I know a lot of our audience did, or even grew up with the Batman from the Arkham games, Kevin Conroy was still the voice of Batman. So I can't think of anyone that is better suited for that voice than Kevin. It's kind of like the Joker. The Joker has been voiced by numerous individuals, but it seems like Mark Hamill keeps coming back to the top of the voice acting world for the Joker, and it's completely understandable because like when you do a job so good that it actually makes your character come to life and seem even more creepy than anyone else who's done a version of that character, then you're definitely doing something right. And I think that's what Kevin and Mark both did, respectively, with their characters, was kind of bring them into a sense of realism that other voice actors haven't really pulled off. It's kind of like Ron Perlman with Hellboy. Looking back at it now, as much as I didn't like Guillermo del Toro's second Hellboy movie, the first one...
Hi, Corley!
What's up, Bushy Brow? The first one...
And baby bushy brows?
Yeah, and baby bushy brows. Really, it gave Hellboy life and kind of made the character kind of pop in the minds of people that probably wouldn't have read the Hellboy comics before then and stuff like that. But, which, another thing, I don't know if anyone has seen anything about the new Transformers movie that is supposed to be coming out, but the cast list for it has been released, and I believe it got released quite a ways back, but on the cast list for it, voicing Optimus Primal, for those of you that, again, didn't grow up in the 90s, Optimus Primal was a version of Optimus Prime that was a gorilla. You're welcome.
No. Corley said, cuddling with the mini bushy brows. They be fussy tonight. Poor little guys.
They's babies. Of course they're fussy. That's what they do.
They're cute.
But the voice of Optimus Primal for the new Transformers movie that's supposed to be coming out is Ron Perlman, which I find interesting. I didn't think that would be the voice choice for Primal, but I'm definitely on board. See if I can get this chin to work out right. Wouldn't it be nice? Nope. See if I can get this to work in my favor. All right, there we go.
What are you having difficulties with?
Just
his mouth.
Trying to get the face to come together, because I don't usually draw okay. Every time I've drawn Batman, I didn't draw him looking down, and so it's definitely a shift to drawing Batman looking down, but which, even though my favorite hero is a vigilante that is not Batman, I still like Batman. I'm not going to deny it. Now, I don't like Batman for a lot of the same reasons that other people like Batman. I like the fact that Batman tries to hold to a code, but knows that if he ever goes off the rails, he needs something to kind of reel him back in. And that's what he has Robin for. Which, hey, take a wayward child. Turn him into a vigilante just like you. That works. There we go. Now to figure out how I want to do the cape. Because I don't really want to... I don't like the cape attached to the cowl. I think it looks a lot more unrealistic than it needs to. Because, like, don't get me wrong, I get that it's a fantasy character, or fantasy sci-fi not non-fiction, but fiction character. But I think giving characters a sense of realism really helps bolster aspects of that character, making them more appealing to us as the reader. I think that was one of the few things I did actually like about Christian Bale's Batman, is there were a lot of aspects that were more more realistic. Even though, again, it's still Batman and it's a lot of tech and gadgets that most of us will never be able to afford, and currently doesn't exist in the way that it appeared in the show. But it is... Let's see if I can get this chin to go on there right. Alright. Now let's see if I can get this body to work. You know what? I'm going to adjust that. Got to figure out how I'm going to get this head to work. That's where I'm at. Is the head. The other head. Not
I wasn't talking about anything else. Oh my God.
That's not what I was saying. Not this one, but this one. The one that's on the... Be right back. I'm going to see if I can get my mini-me laid in bed. Which one's the mini-me?
Yes.
Because I thought there was two of them.
There it is. She has a little boy and a girl. She got the best of both worlds there.
Well, yeah.
I was telling her, I said, I wish mine were still little. The girl, she's my clone.
She's going to be a midget too? Even though I know you're not that short, but... And I don't know if you can say that.
I mean, you personally know Coralie, so it's a little...
Well, no. I was talking about the word midget.
Vertically challenged?
Vertically challenged. Height deficient.
Well, she said could be.
I mean, could be, but then again, I think that's one thing that I've noticed about the modern world is like everything is offensive, and I don't know why. Like I don't know.
Everybody just stop talking.
Right. Like, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's the fact that I grew up.
Worry about it as much.
Where, if somebody said something offensive, okay, they said something offensive. Like that, what are we gonna do about it? You know.
Hi, Tristan. He said people are just
Hi, Tristan.
soft.
Yeah. I can't really disagree with that one. Like, I think a lot of times that ends up being what it is like everyone seems to have this like chip on their shoulder, and you say one thing that they don't like, and you just became the worst person in the world. But
Bushy Girl said, I don't care if you call me a midget.
I know you don't. I've done it for how long? How long did we work together?
Years.
For a long time. All right. So I'm going to go back up, y'all. And we're going to see if we can't get this cape working for me. If shoulders are there. And this thing is pulling here. I'm not saying I know what a cape looks like. I'm just saying that if they were more socially acceptable, I'd probably wear one.
You would.
I would. Happily.
Definitely.
I don't think I'd have a problem with it.
I mean, you wear your kilt with boots and
I do.
a leather jacket and go to the grocery store and people make memes out of you.
That they do. This is a thing that has happened. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I am okay with being a meme.
It was hilarious.
No, what was hilarious is who was the one that pointed it out. If David hadn't pointed it out, I don't think it would have been as... I don't think we ever would have actually seen it, but as soon as he pointed it out, it was like, dude, that's good. I'm a meme. All right. That's what we need. I agree. I agree.
I don't know why I'm so tired today. Just.
It's been a long day.
I mean, yes and no, but I shouldn't have been as tired as I was.
Okay. Let's see. For some reason, I can't get this to work with me. And I'm not for sure, well, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of reasons why, but because I'm not Batman.
Mm-hmm. Batman.
Oh wait, wrong Batman. That was the West Batman. And then, what was it? Fat Man, I think is what it was. From when we were younger. And let's see if we can get this hand in there right. There we go. You can go for it. This is where I'm running into hiccups.
We have 4 shares.
Awesome. Y'all keep sharing. Maybe we'll get more people in here watching. And we can...
It's up to them if they want giveaways. They have to get up to 50 shares.
Well, in that case, keep sharing, people. All of the shares. That really seems too thin. Let's see.
I'm so sorry I keep yawning.
Yeah, making me want to yawn.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of like when I was driving and you were yawning. It was only fair.
Touche. I'll give you that one.
Only fair.
Alright. Got that. Shading's going to do a lot more work with this thing.
we get up to 50 shares, we can do another giveaway. Got you set up playing on my phone while I play Conan X.
Nothing wrong with that.
What you working on next?
Flipping this thing upside down and. Okay, so let me see.
Oh, you're drawing the death of my favorite character. That's what Sam said.
Yes and no. To be completely honest, I am using the cover of Batman Death in the Family as reference for this piece. Which, again, call it me being morbid or whatever. Honestly, I think one of the better covers to ever come out for a Batman comic was definitely the Death in the Family cover, which
To change for Kevin, still spiffy.
where's it at? There we go. All right. So, this is not the comic cover, but the movie cover itself was really good as well. Very dark story. But the simplicity to this, I think, is what made it so good, or at least to me. And then I had found a sort of an updated one, and that was the one that I decided I was going to use as reference, just because it's still a really good cover, even in itself. Which is this one. But it's definitely wonky trying to swap out Batman for Robin or the Red Hood. And getting all the proportions correct and all of that. Just because the angles of it are awkward. Which, you know what? Nope. We're going to go more akin to the old school.
Did you just erase everything you just drew?
Yep, I did.
Gosh, I hate this when you do that.
I know. It's horrible, isn't it?
No.
Well, I mean, shoot.
The torso is gone.
That's what an eraser is for. Alright. So now we're going to make an adjustment and need to angle the legs down, not leave them where they're at. I can leave the knees pretty much where they are, but so let's see. Roughly there, hand roughly here, leaving Everything coming down to about here. And we're gonna go that direction. And then we're going to say chest area is here, leaving everything stretched in the back. And slumped in the front with head roughly there.
Hi, everybody coming in.
Welcome to everyone coming in on all platforms, because I've got people coming in on all platforms. If you are watching me on Facebook, consider coming over and checking out the YouTube channel. I've got stuff that is being worked on that will be uploaded hopefully here soon. I'm trying to get it done as quickly as I can to where you guys have it on there. Let's see.
I'm gonna go to the room.
Okay.
My phone's dying. You're fine. Just leave it on there.
Here. Well, mine's charged. That's why I said that.
That's why I gave you that. Because it's gonna need to be charged.
Oh, okay.
I love you.
I love you.
I love you.
Oh. Okay. All right. So. Let's see if we can't get this looking a little bit better now. Now that I've made a more stylistic choice. That arm goes there and kind of just snakies down. Let's see. Follow the neck down the spine. Putting the waist right about in here. There we go. Maybe that's a little lower than I need it to be, but I can make adjustments. All right, there we go. Droop the feet. Droop the hands. Draw some legs. Figure out exactly where and to answer you, Sam, kinda, yeah. Took me a second to register your question, because ADHD brain kicks in and you start forgetting how to word things.
Words are hard.
Words are hard. All right. So where'd my? There it is.
Hello. Where's it at?
Should be hanging up by the bathroom.
By the bathroom?
Yeah.
Found it.
All right. But hard R words. Yep. Hard R words. I English real good. Sometimes, most of the time. Not really. All right. And because of where all of that is, it would go around. Well, that was nice. Thank you. I just now thought of something that I didn't think about before. I can use that to my advantage. Let's see. Other hand here, meaning that the cape can just crumple right there, coming out this way, creating a pile of cape. Well, I'm going to swirl it that way. It's going to come out this way. When in doubt, on your artistic journey, if you run into hiccups where you can't figure out how to piece together what you're working on, remember the pieces that are there and use them to your advantage. Nah. I'm not going to swoosh that up because I don't think it would look right. But I can kind of let them blend together right there. And all kind of come into fruition over here. And let's see. Maybe referencing artwork by Bruce Timm was probably not the best idea. Because his art style alone is interesting, but let's see there. There we go. Scratch that pencil. Let's move to a different pencil. Wrong sharpener. Also, wrong sharpener. There we go. Alright. I don't know if any of you out there do any drawing, but this right here is probably one of the coolest things that I have used in a long time. It's just like a pencil, but it's nothing but graphite, which really makes this whole endeavor so much more entertaining. Which I realized just now that I may or may not have bungled that up anyway. So let's get that a bit more accurate. There we go. Give him that broad chin that Batman is oh so well known for. Make some adjustments here and there until we get the proportions right. One of the things I like about getting to draw Batman is that if you mess up something, it's not too hard to go back and fix where you messed up at, just because, I mean, the character is donning a majority black suit, making it a lot easier to correct areas where you may or may not have drawn something a little bit more askew than you wanted to, or and let's see, if the arm is here and the head is here, means I'm looking at roundabouts right here is that wonderful bat symbol. There we go. And we'll pull the abdomen in. We'll roll that beautiful bean footage over. Get the wonderful utility belt in there. Because what is Batman without his utility belt? And if you can answer that question in the same way that Batman would, probably be even more entertaining. All right. And then just because this version of Batman has it, I'm not for sure what the whole point was for doing this in the olden days of comics. I know there was a reason for it, and I can't remember right off the top of my head what the reason was that we put a very rich man that knows martial arts. Pretty close too, yeah. So since we are on a topic of Batman, Adrian and myself would have regular debates on her favorite character, Ivy, a villain or hero. Okay. Well, one, to answer Tristan, yes, a very rich man that knows martial arts and is also a really good detective. Not the world's greatest detective, despite what most people think. Batman and, I just spaced for a second there. Both Batman and, Martian Manhunter kind of moved that moniker over to Jason Todd, which I find interesting. But although that one got moved over to, or not Jason Todd, but Tim Drake. Although that one got moved over to Tim Drake, Batman was still a very comparable detective. Now, as to your comment, Sam, truthfully, I think it really all depends on which writer is writing it. And the reason why I say that is because there has been this shift in Ivy from the older days of Ivy to the newer days of Ivy, where as a character, I don't think Ivy is inherently evil. Like, her methods aren't always the best, but I mean, like, her reason for doing it has consistently been moderately honorable. And so, like, I don't think she really fit into the category of hero by any stretch of the imagination, but I don't think she was really ever completely in that area of being strictly a villain character. And so I think for Ivy specifically, I would still hold to anti-hero, just because it's the more it seems to be the more accurate to her character as a whole. I think even as an anti-hero, Ivy is still an interesting character. And I think it's the same with most of Batman's rogues gallery anyway. Most of them are fairly interesting in the way that they are portrayed, because a lot of them are very much so villainous. In no way are they good characters at all. But on the other side of that, I think a lot of the Batman Rogues Gallery is very hit and miss. I've said this before, and I will still hold to it. Adrian would argue she was more of an anti-hero because of her methods of going about protecting plants, the ecosystem, and the planet. Which, here's the thing. In most cases, that was Ivy's big thing, especially whenever the character got revamped and brought into sort of the modern world. On the other side of that, though, Ivy did go through some fluctuations before getting to that point. And I think that was one of those areas where Ivy as a character has always been very fluid and interesting because there was no this is the character completely. There is only one way to put this. And I think for a lot of Poison Ivy fans, that was probably one of the reasons why she became as entertaining as she was for them, because she really didn't have an evil streak a mile wide. She did everything that she did for what she believed to be a good cause. Now, the way that Ivy is portrayed in the Harley Quinn animated series, I think is probably one of the better ways to portray Poison Ivy, just because I thought they did a really good job with the series as a whole, but the way Ivy was shown in that was just spot on. But I think that's what makes most characters more entertaining, is how they end up being portrayed. Because, like, no matter what character it is, every character has their own flaws. Every character has their own variations that make them who they are. And that's one of those things that I found really interesting from a lot of newer comics, is they've all started getting to the point to where they stopped worrying about someone's weakness, as it would be, even though for some characters their weakness is still a big deal, kind of like Superman. But I think the whole getting away from weaknesses and getting more into character flaws has really done more to help the characters than change them up and hinder them in a way that they are no longer entertaining or anything like that. Welcome back, Bushy Brow. Now there are some characters that the changes to the characters have been more subpar and less entertaining, just because the writers kind of tried to delve more into a flaw and make it a weakness than it just being what it was, which is a character flaw. But it's not just DC that did it. Marvel did it too, which a lot of Marvel's character flaws are a big thing for Marvel Comics characters, especially ones that kind of fill a niche, as it would be. Like certain characters, it makes sense for them to be flawed or them to have some of the flaws that they have. Like Spider-Man, whenever Peter is in the suit, Spider-Man's personality is a lot different, and I think a lot of it has to do with Peter being able to welcome over on the Twitch. I think it has a lot to do with Peter being able to kind of open up and let out parts of his own personality, because I think that's kind of the thing with putting on a mask anyway, is in many ways we are able to let out that part of ourself that's already there, but we get to use it in a way that is different than what our norm is. And I enjoy that. I think that's one thing about comics that has worked out really well, was stepping away from those norms and finally getting to see characters be who they are. Which is what makes Batman so interesting, is Batman outside of the suit is just Batman. Because like that was one of the aspects of the character that I think Kevin managed to portray a lot better than anyone else has, and show that even as Bruce, being outside the suit doesn't really change him. He is still a broken individual that is still kind of suffering from massive amounts of depression, massive amounts of loneliness and anxiety, and it ended up molding the character in a way to where Bruce only knew the face outside of the corporate offices and whatnot. All he knew was Batman. And so because that was what he knew, that's what he used, that's what he became, that fueled him. And I think we got to see that even more in some of the Justice League animated stuff, where like you see Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman all wrapped up by the lasso, and she asks them who they are, and Superman's quick to go, "Oh, I'm Clark Kent," and Diana's, "Oh, I'm Diana Prince." And then it comes to Batman, and it's not, "Oh, I'm Bruce Wayne," it's, "I'm Batman." Because to him, that is the only version of him that he knows. And I like that. I very much so enjoy that idea of showing that aspect of depression, really. Because a lot of people that suffer from depression end up putting a mask on and hide a lot of who they are. And as much as it's a horrible thing, it is something that a lot of people deal with, and most people don't ever realize. But I think that was one of the aspects of Batman over most other characters that made Batman more interesting. And then you have characters like Harley that deal with Stockholm Syndrome. Because there's no other way to put that. That's exactly what she's dealing with. Caught up in this whole notion of oh, I have to be this for the Joker. Exactly. Which I think the only few people that really saw Bruce as Bruce was the Bat family itself. Because, like, out of everyone in the Bat family, Alfred would be the one that is going to be the quickest to see Bruce as Bruce. But that's because he raised him. He been the parental figure for Bruce for years, and so like Alfred's gonna see him as Bruce, and Dick Grayson's gonna see him as Bruce, but outside of that, Bruce is not the face. Bruce is the mask, where Batman is the true individual. And I think that was the one area about the Nolan Batman stuff with Christian Bale that ended up bugging me the most was the last one. He goes off and gives up being Batman because, oh well, I'm better now. I found this woman that is the wrong person, but at the same time the right person. And it, like, I don't know, it just came across as weird, just like that hand that had to be erased because it wasn't working with me. Which, I don't know why I'm having so many issues drawing a hand. I never have issues drawing hands. Or at least not that many issues drawing hands. There we go. Let's just change this up a little bit and see if that looks better. Yeah, that looks better. There we go. Alright. So now we need this side of the foot to be slightly arced up. Alright. Make an adjustment, and put that boot cut. Make sure I add an ankle, otherwise that looks weird. There we go. Now, let's get the back foot. It's going to be more pointed down because it's not being held in the same way. Actually, no, it's not, because Bruce's arms are not that small. Proportions, folks, proportions. What's up, Becca? We are drawing Batman and Batman. And I'm going to leave that one just as it is. And we're going to finish off the torso over here. Rib. Arm. Arm. Alright. There we go. And I am going to pull this side of the cape in here, covering the knee. And let's see. See if I can find the place that looks the best. And toe. Make sure I get the back of the foot. Okay. And it's not perfect, but it's also not done. Shading will change up the rest of it and adjust it to where it looks a whole lot better, but make sure I draw in the details to a few other areas that apparently I didn't pay enough attention to initially. There we go. All right. So there you have it, folks. It's not completely done, but done enough that I'm happy enough with it that I can continue on, finish it up, and make it look really pretty as I go on. Me slide the table down. And we'll go back to the face of you. There we go. All right. I want to thank you all for joining us. All of you who came in, welcome. Thank you. We will not be live next week because holidays and all of that. Correction. We won't be live on Thursday next week. I'm going to shoot for trying to have a live on Wednesday. Make no promises, but I am going to shoot for Wednesday. Again, as soon as I know more about the giveaway stuff, I will let you guys know. However, we do need to get shares up, so remember to like and share the video. That way your friends can come and join us as well. And I forgot what I was saying, but you guys have a great one. And I'm going to catch you all next time. Bye.